After his morning jog, Kyotani picked up some groceries before heading home, expecting to be the one to cook for breakfast like the usual routine, but today was different. "I'm home," Kyotani shouted. As soon as he opened the door, he smelled pancakes and eggs, already served on the table. "Kyo, you can take your seat." Yamaguchi pulled Kyotani to the chair before quickly heading back to the kitchen. He looked flustered. Kyotani can feel something was off. This food seems dangerously familiar. He thought to himself. Kyotani was still cautious about the food. Just to be safe, he checked the fridge and was relieved to see the squid was still in there. No more chunky pancakes at least. "Thank you for the food, I guess," he said before digging in. "What the heck? Why is the pancake salty?" Kyotani coughed a little. So he tried the eggs instead. Bah, the eggs are sweet. He squinted at the mushy pile of eggs that could be mistaken as cake batter. "Yamaguchi Tadashi," Kyotani cried out, bringing his dish to the kitchen, like a Karen looking for the manager. "Eep," surprised Yamaguchi noises. "I told you to double check if you got salt or sugar, right?" "Oh yeah, my bad," Yamaguchi acting sus. Yamaguchi quickly snapped to attention, chuckling weirdly. Kyotani can tell he was nervous and he knows it's not because of the food he served. "Yeah, the blunder was entirely my fault. It's not like something distracted me while." Yamaguchi realizing he fucked up. "Please tell me that was you." Kyotani sighed, waiting for Yamaguchi to answer. "Of course that was me." Meow. See. Nervous laugh. Unamused Kyotani stare. Yamaguchi just slowly reached out his hands that he was hiding behind his back, and showed him the small kitten with beautiful cinnamon-colored fur, licking his fingers. "Can we?" "No. But." She was all alone in the street. Shivering and sad. Frowning face, frowning face, frowning face, "We have to go to school tomorrow." Kyotani placed the dish in the sink. "Who's gonna take care of him when we're gone?" "She's a cat, you know how they are." Yamaguchi brought the kitten close to his face. The small animal rubbed his body against his freckles. "We'll just leave food, water and prepare a litter box for her until one of us comes back." "I don't know, Yama." Kyotani stared at the kitten's eyes. A big mistake. It was those small pleading eyes that weakened his resolve. But he was determined to not lose. That is until he looked at Yamaguchi, who was also looking at him with pleading eyes. "Ugh. Fine." Kyotani accepting defeat. "Yay. We did it." Yamaguchi cheered, bringing the kitten close to his chest as he continues to pet it. The freckled boy held up one of his hands out in the air for a high five. Kyotani obliged and slapped his hands. "That was weaker than your previous high fives." Yamaguchi shaking his hands. "I can go harder if you want," Kyotani smirked. "No thanks. I want my hands where they are, thank you." Yamaguchi chuckled. The kitten leaped out of his hands and headed to the couch, already making himself home. "Did you feed her yet?" Kyotani asked, to which Yamaguchi happily nodded. That didn't stop Kyotani from grabbing some leftover fish from the fridge, feeding her again. Happy cat noises. "Hey, don't spoil her," Yamaguchi pouted. Kyotani just looked at him with a smug look, patting the sit next to him. Yamaguchi sat down, grabbing the remote while leaning against Kyotani's shoulder blades. "Pointy. Then don't lean on me. Hey, don't be like that. I didn't say I hated it or that it's bad." An angry cute look pout formed on his lips, making Kyotani laugh a little. After eating, the kitten leaps on Kyotani's lap, tired from basically being overfed. "I think she likes you. Don't try to butter me up. I already said we're keeping the cat. I like you two a lot. We both do." Kyotani can feel his heartstrings being pulled. "Geez, you say the weirdest things sometimes." "I'm sorry, Kyo. So, what should we name her?" Yamaguchi turned to him. "How about Jonathan?" Kyotani quickly said. "It's a girl. Jonathan. What? Take this seriously." Yamaguchi pouted, leaning his chin on the Kyotani's shoulder. "Then you pick one. I'm not good with cute names." "I think you're not good with names in general. It literally took you like 2 weeks to address me other than, oi, he's out of line, but he's right." Kyotani raised his eyebrows. He was actually serious about the name he suggested too. For some reason, he thinks Jonathan is a catchy name for a pet. Yamaguchi thought long and hard, making humming noises too, then he finally decided on the name. His thinking face is kinda cute. Wait, why am I thinking this? How about blurg? Blurg. Is that even a human language? It is now. Yamaguchi gently pats the small animal's head, caressing it while repeating its new name. Blurg. Sounds like an alien from a sci-fi film. You like that name, huh? Blurg. I'm pretty sure if she can't talk, she would sue you or something. Yamaguchi sticking his tongue out. Let's just watch The Promised Neverland together with Blurg. Yamaguchi excitedly watched the cute-looking series.
1 hour later.
In the end, they only managed to watch the first episode, since Yamaguchi couldn't continue watching the whole season. Kyotani loved it though, especially the last part of the episode. He might secretly watch it too. Later that night, Blurg was sleeping on the couch while the two shared the bed as they usually do. Yamaguchi was hugging Kyo tighter than usual. He can tell the freckled boy was still awake. It looks like he's having trouble sleeping. Kyotani pulled away from the hug, only to see Yamaguchi with teary eyes. Why did they? Connie was so young. Kyotani pulled him to a hug again, trying to calm him down. He kind of feels bad now that he laughed at Yamaguchi when he shrieked like a girl after getting to the end of episode 1. It looks like they won't be watching The Promised Neverland soon or TV again. Whenever he looks back to his decision at that moment, Kyotani couldn't really explain why he did what he did. To him, Yamaguchi's bare flesh was too inviting. He started placing his lips on the freckled boy's neck. He can feel the mad dog breath on his nape. Kyo, that tickles. What are you doing? Yamaguchi continued to giggle. Kyotani took this as permission to go a little further. He started to plant gentle kisses on the freckled boy's neck, before licking it. Tracing his tongue along Yamaguchi's bare neck, making him groan a little from the strange sensation he has felt right now. Did you just lick my neck? Yamaguchi pulled away for a moment, his eyes still widened from what just happened. Kyotani slowly nods. Oh my god, are you trying to eat me like those demons? Traumatized Yamaguchi noises. What? No. Kyotani looked away, his cheeks visibly blushing. Did you not like it? I didn't say that, but well, it felt a little weird. But why though? Holy crap. That's a good question. Kyotani paused. I just wanted to get you distracted. I guess. I think that's a good reason, right? So you'll forget about the anime that we watched. Did it help? Yamaguchi slowly nodded, his face starting to turn red as well. Kyotani leaned closer, his gaze fixed on the other. It was like he was asking for permission with his eyes. The freckled boy just swallowed hard before offering his neck to him again, to which the mad dog happily obliged. Kyo. Yamaguchi bit his lips, trying to keep his voice in check as Kyotani continued to trace his tongue on his neck. It tickled at first, but now it felt weird. His arms wrapped around the mad dog's neck. The taste of Yamaguchi, lingering in his mouth. It felt good. It tasted delicious. Kyotani wanted more, whatever this was. So his hands began to slide under Yamaguchi's shirt, rubbing his chest as he continues to taste his neck. Suddenly, Kyotani sank his teeth a little. A bite that doesn't pierce the flesh but did startle the freckled boy. So much that he can't help but moaned loudly. The freckled boy quickly covered his mouth before moving away, to the edge of the bed. I think that's enough. The freckled boy stuttered, his face was basically a strawberry. Kyotani's eyes just widened at what he did just now. Both of them faced away from each other when they noticed something hard poking at their pants. It was a little hard to sleep after that until they heard a familiar purring in the middle of the bed. They faced each other and saw Blurg sleeping. Kyotani and Yamaguchi smiled, scooting closer as they surround the sleeping kitten with their warmth. Thanks to Blair's appearance, the two finally managed to sleep. Because everyone knows, the only real cure to horniness is fluff. Unless fluff is the thing that gets you horny, that is. Then that's a whole different problem. Quack. To be continued.